Have you determined what you'd like? In some ways, that sounds so easy, but to really get in touch with something that is so precious, like, oh my gosh, that's the thing I want. That's what I want. Sometimes that can be a little challenging because we're not used to thinking that way. Yeah. And what I suggest is if you are having a hard time determining what it is, what that true heartfelt desire is, choose something that even seems close, something that would, well, yeah, I really would love to live on a river, or I'd love to live on a houseboat. And if you're getting something close to what you would love, along the journey, you will usually discover it's not quite that. This is what I want. And then you'll make that shift. And that's fine. I had to do that as well. Let's see what's next. Patricia says, yes, for quite some time, but nothing really seems to be happening in that direction. Underneath it all, it seems I would just like to feel good. Let's talk about this. Okay. Nothing will seem to be happening in that direction. You've probably chosen the right direction. You won't see the workings that are taking place in the unseen nature of life. This is when you step up your inspiration. You trust that somehow it will happen. Somehow it will happen. You will not see evidence of it at all. Nothing. It's all done behind the scenes. When you go to a play, the curtain is closed when you arrive. You have no idea what it's going to look like until that play starts, until that curtain opens. Your personal dream curtain will not open until you get to your dream. This is why I say your dream comes from out of the blue. When you've chosen a big dream, a true heartfelt dream, you won't see any evidence of it until it happens. This is what makes it so hard to trust it can happen. It's not like you're taking a ladder to your dream and you're getting a better view from here and a better view from here and a better view from here. No. You get that when you go for a goal, not a dream. That being said, I like this one image. The only thing you're going to know and see on your way to your dream is you're going to be guided to what your next step is. All you need is that first step. And when you're on that step, you'll be guided to another step. And it may not be one right after another. You may have some cooking in between these steps. And then you'll notice, this seems like the right thing to do today. This seems like the person I should call today. I think I'm going to apply for that job. I don't know why, but it just feels right. I think I want to take a day off and sit on a bench in the park today. You follow what feels good. This is what's going to create feeling good in your life. So you may start to feel good along the way, and the feeling good is going to help you create more and create faster. Okay. Feeling good is a goal. We're always looking for ways to feel good on the way to our dream. Do what feels good whenever possible. If cooking an amazing meal just for yourself feels good, like you were inspired by herbs that you saw at farmer's market, do that. It's this like self-enrichment, self-pampering, idolizing yourself, taking care of yourself. Do that. And then when something feels like this is what I want to be doing today, I want to clean out my closet, I want to scrub the floor, do that. It's time to get a puppy, do that. Time to move, time to end this relationship, time for a new relationship, time to go pick apples, whatever it is. Doesn't matter what it is. If it feels good to you, it's your next step. Have had illness for so long, it just seems impossible to trust it can be different. You know, I not only believe, I've seen evidence of life changing in an instant. So I have the deep knowing that it's all possible. And I don't mean just for me. I mean, I remember when there were a group of us, we used to do energy work for the St. John's Regional Medical Center in Oxnard. And this one, our main focus was caregivers, to work with caregivers, because it can be a very stressful position. And sometimes we'd work with the cancer patients. And this one patient, she was going in for surgery she had breast cancer. And through dialogue, there was a belief or an experience she had that came up through our conversation. And I knew when I heard this difficult experience that she had had, that there was just a link. I could see the link between that and what was going on in her body. So we had just addressed that experience she had. And when she went in for surgery, it was the next week, they couldn't find the cancer. It was just gone. And so I have just, it's helpful when you have seen, who is this? My big Kevin in the background. It's helpful when you have seen evidence of that happening and that possibility. And I understand when you've never experienced that, it seems impossible. But if you can trust in the experiences that I've witnessed, that I've experienced personally, I think that might help you through. Because whatever is possible for one person is possible for anyone. It's one of those things, you just do this anyway. You trust anyway. Okay. Thank you. That was quite helpful. I think I was looking for the steps. Oh, you're welcome, Patricia. Let's see, next question. Aren't our goals the little steps that lead us to our big dream? I guess I don't use the word goal that way. If that's how you interpret it, always do what works for you. Always. Ignore anything anyone ever says if it's not a match for what you believe or what works for you. I like to share what has worked for me. And typically, my journey has been extremely simple. Very few rules. No need to, if you want to write down your dream, you write it down. If you don't want to write down your dream, you don't write it down. If you want to record your dream out loud, you do that. If it doesn't feel comfortable for you, don't do that. If you want to share your dream, do that. I cannot do that. It deflates my dream when I share it. Writing it down takes away from my dream when I write it down, because if it's written, it's stagnant. It's permanent. If it's in my mind, it's fluid. It's ever developing and unfolding. So that's a match for me. And if that's a match for you, I invite you to do it that way. Find what works for you. And whenever possible, set aside structure, rules, unless that works for you. I want the fluidity. Because life is fluid. Truth is fluid. It's a moving target. Truth is not this thing that's a immovable subject. Truth depends on perspective in the moment. You know, there'll be 10 people witnessing a car accident. Each one is seeing the car accident from a different angle. They all have a different truth. That's the same with belief. It's all perspective and repeated thoughts. We always think our beliefs, this is the way it is, and there is nothing outside of that. And there's nothing further from the truth. Belief is just repeated thoughts that hold you in place. Now, if you want to be in a different place, change those beliefs to move you up, to more positive, more uplifting beliefs. And you do that through repeated thought.